Okay, well, I'm delighted to say we're joined by Academy graduate Hayden Gale, who has just signed a 2-year first team deal with the Wanderers, which is fantastic news. Hayden, thank you for joining us for a chat.
Thank you very much.
And many congratulations on signing the deal with the first team.
Cheers.
Obviously hot off the press, signing the deal with the first team. Let's just get your thoughts and your reaction to that and how you're feeling.
Well, I'm delighted really. It's a kid's dream, isn't it? I mean, you come through playing football and you get a pro deal at a club. Obviously I joined the academy, so age of 16, so coming through there as well, and then having the pleasure to then step up to play with players that you're looking up to in the team. It's just really grateful for the opportunity and happy to be here.
And we'll get on to the here and now and your sort of recent journey through the academy, which has been brilliant.
Yeah.
But prior to joining Dorking, Hayden, just give us a bit of an insight into your footballing journey from your early days prior to joining us. Yeah.
Started off just local team in Ashford, and then that's where I started playing my left back role originally, and then sort of made my way up really. A few trials here and there, academies, nothing proper serious, but I was always playing at the highest sort of non-league level, and then like I said, a few trials at like your Chelsea's, your Brentfords, but didn't progress well, but kept my head up, and then decided to come to here when I was 16, so I could get the education as well as the opportunity to go pro in football, and then just kept my head down, worked, and I'm grateful to get the opportunity this year.
And you mentioned there you joined us on the education and football programme with the academy at the age of 16, and part of the A-level partnership that we've got with Ashcombe School, a local school near to Meadowbank in Dorking, and you're the first student from having done that education pathway on the A-levels who's come through and signed a first team tour, which is brilliant. But looking back on the last couple of years on the education football programme, Hayden, just your thoughts and your reflections looking back on that.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously really positive because it's given me the opportunity to do both, isn't it? To do A-levels to open up future, whatever I want to do in the future, if that makes sense, as well as now being able to have this opportunity to play football as well. And it was really good how both parties worked around it, so it wasn't just football or just school. It was I had a good timetable, and they were both very lenient. If I needed to be somewhere for football, then the school would let me, and then say vice versa. So it was really sort of nice to have a bit of both, a bit of flexibility in there as well, and just happy to have completed my A-levels, and now happy to have signed the contract at Dorking. So
Great stuff. Like the education, the football balance is such a great thing to have that option with the A-levels. Obviously, we have the B-Tech option as well. But to balance that with the football is a great thing we've got here at the academy. And in terms of the footballing side, through the last couple of years, Hayden, you've represented our flagship National League Academy team who play in the National League Academy South. But you've also taken those steps into senior football with the Wanderers B team over the last 2 years. So just on the footballing side, both the academy and those steps into senior football, just give us a bit of an insight how the last 2 years have gone.
I mean, it started off really well. Like I said, I was going through straight into the B team now. That was when I first joined at 16 and played quite a few games for them, got up to speed, and unfortunately, like I said, most know I had a bit of an injury, didn't I?
Yes.
Which kept me out for a while, but I recovered really well from that, and then went straight back in. Training with the first team on Tuesdays and Thursdays last year, and then as well as the B team and playing for them, and picked up and then got my form back up again towards the end of the season, where we had obviously a good cup run as well in the FA Youth Cup, and was able to just get featured in those last two sort of games that we had in that cup. But I mean, it was really good sort of for my development as well, for going to the B team quite early on, because it's senior football, and it's so much different from youth football. So it really gives you a sort of understanding of what men's football's like, and then obviously when you do step up to this stage now, it helps a lot. So it was really grateful for that opportunity to play for the B team for those last 2 years.
I imagine last year in particular was really positive for you? Because as you mentioned, you had that, obviously had bad luck with the injury in the first season, but in the second season, you had that regular game time with the B team and the National League Academy South side. But as you also mentioned there, we had a great run in the FA Youth Cup, didn't we? Just give us some we got the second round proper, didn't we? With some dramatic encounters on the journey. Yeah.
So I come back from injury. I think it's around September, October time, and I was straight back in the fold and a few training sessions. And the first game I actually played in was at Welling.
Of course, yes, yeah.
Where we took them to a draw, and then obviously I scored the winning penalty.
Scored the winning pen, yeah.
I played a lot longer. I played the 90 that I wasn't meant to play, but I was only meant to play 45. But yeah, we got through that, and then obviously. Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it? We went up to, was it Cheltenham?
Yeah, Cheltenham away, yes.
Yeah, and then just got to experience playing, obviously, at their first team's pitch as well. It was really good, and sort of, it's obviously taken another step up to that level. And yeah, it just really sort of progressed on from that point, really, and got my head down and then continue to put in the hard work, whether it's obviously on the pitch and then off the pitch in like the gym and that, and then got myself ready ultimately for the pre-season that we just had, and to impress, which I feel like I did to be able to get the deal. So,
well, it brings us on nicely to just the recent last few weeks. You have featured regularly for the first team through pre-season ahead of the 24-25 campaign. Just your take on being involved in the last few games, Hayden, and just for those who maybe haven't seen you in recent weeks or over the last couple of years, just your style of play. Obviously, you're a left-sided player.
Yeah.
Just your style of play as well. Just a bit of an insight on that.
Yeah. So. Obviously been involved in all of the games so far, which has been really good for me to obviously make another step up from obviously the levels I was playing before. I feel like I settled down quite well into it now, because obviously you start off with the training and that through pre-season, and then once you play a few games you get more and more used to it, so I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. And then yeah, I'm a left-sided player, anywhere on the left. I mean, preferred left side of the 3 or left back of a 4. But yeah, I'm player who's quite dynamic, quite quick, quite technical as well on the ball, but also can do things like the defending as well. That's why I quite like playing in the left side of the 3, because as well as I can get forward, I also like to defend as well. So it's quite a nice balance between the two, which is suited to this style of play as well, how we play with a 3-5-2. So yeah, enjoying it at the moment as well, really enjoying it.
No, fantastic. And yeah, I was going to say to you there, obviously with your style and how you are, it does complement how the Wanderers play. And again, that's kind of testament really to how we progress through the academy into the first team. It's all obviously very much from the same kind of school of thinking and thought when it comes to style of play, which is great. Just joining the academy, Hayden, just to take you back a bit here, was obviously you came from that situation where you had a number of trials and you kind of obviously had to kind of persist and stick with things through the days of youth football. For those aspiring kind of younger players, maybe looking at their post-16 options, just a bit of insight and a bit of thoughts from yourself there, and just advice, I guess, and the things that you'd recommend.
Yeah, I'd say obviously keep your options open as well, because obviously if you can have the best of both, if you can have an education as well as playing football, it's obviously a really good thing, because if one isn't your strongest point, you've then got one to back up the other. But you also have to remember you have to keep your head down and work hard, because there's times where things do overlap with your learning and especially if you're doing the A-level side. Like I had to sit in different classes this year at school, because when I was training with the first team on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning, I had to then make my own time to be able to learn the content for the A-levels, for example. So you have to really be working hard towards both of them, and as well as on the pitch, but off the pitch, for example, like going to the gym, making your body condition. So big thing for me was coming back from injury was preventing getting any more injuries, because having such a big time out, you want to then obviously you want to prevent that from happening again. So it's just a lot of hard work both on and off the pitch, and you've just got to be sort of wait for your chance, and then when your chance comes, you have to take it. So you have to be ready for that. So as long as you're doing the right things on and off the pitch, you keep your head down and you're working hard, then you're doing all the best things, and then time will tell.
Brilliant stuff. And just finally, Hayden, well, we've got our final pre-season game coming up this weekend at time of speaking to you now.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts just for the future, really, just looking ahead and just your aspirations shorter and longer term.
Yeah, well, really obviously excited to be able to sign that deal and then to see where this season goes and obviously into the next season as well. For me, it's about developing as high as much as I can. Obviously, I know obviously I'm one of the younger players coming in this year, so there's a lot of obviously work to develop to obviously get up to the proper standard of the league, which I'm sure will be done in time. But yeah, I'm just excited to continue with this club and obviously in its upward trajectory. So yeah, I mean, really excited for the future and what the future holds, and yeah, to be part of success.
Well, Hayden, thanks so much for joining us again. Much appreciated.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations again on the 2-year deal.
Cheers.
I'm looking forward to seeing you in action with the Wanderers in the coming weeks and months.
Thank you very much.